play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bombs going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bombstastingo gonna find Rainer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Show. I got Big Show next to me, Aero in the house. How's it going, man?
Hey, buddy, I'm doing great. How are you doing tonight?
I also have on some regen swag. If you guys at home don't know, we just qualified for Div S. Shout out to TT Porky in chat right now. They just played in the Heroes Lounge Division S qualifier number 3 and took it home today, Aero.
Yeah, it was quite an exciting series to watch. They defeated Broken Alliance in a 2-0 and then Rewind in a 2-0 as well. So pretty exciting for the Regen organization.
Absolutely. Well, this time we have a little something different for you. It's going to be Heroic Division, though. We got Sky5 and Phoenix Rising Topaz in the house tonight. Aero, I just hopped in quickly. I think you were set to cast this one, and we said, hey, let's do something together tonight. So here we are. Any background on these teams that you know or want to share?
So I don't have a whole lot of background. Obviously, Phoenix Rising Topaz is, I believe it's a completely new team. I mean, it's a group of people that came together. Of course, Sky5 coming in from, I believe they were Div A last season. So a veteran team, really solid group of people over there. So going to be an exciting matchup tonight to see how these teams are coordinated and how they play.
Yeah, absolutely. If we see any sort of coordination like we saw earlier this afternoon over on your channel, make sure if you're not already following Aero, I'll remind you throughout the night, twitch.tv/Aero of the Storm. Give that man a follow. And if you really love him, hit that subscribe button, baby. I think you got a wind fury of subs coming in today, Aero.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really exciting. I think some of it, coming in, people wanting to get that third Twitch emote, get full representation for all of the various dogs that I have, and it's gonna be a good one. For. I'm excited for it.
I think everyone's excited every time they get a new emote. Speaking of emotes, I see Shui already participating in chat with the Let's Go Regen. If you follow us and you want to follow Regen throughout the Division S campaign this season, make sure you're subbed here. Get some sweet Regen swag to display out on Twitch. I don't know where our teams are right now. So we're kind of just in this holding pattern in case you notice me stalling a bit.
Yeah, I did reach out to the Sky5 captain, Quan Finnegan, and he had mentioned that Topaz is needing a sub. So I'm sure that they're working out those details. I just sent a question and he says 1 minute. So presumably we'll hear back here from them soon.
Okay, I'm just gonna message them in chat, letting them know that we're waiting.
You got it. So I think, Murda, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is our first opportunity to cast together.
Are you kidding me? I was thinking in my head, I was like, when was the last time we casted together? Like, we've never casted together?
I don't think so. We've individually done a lot of casts, but I don't think that we've.
I mean, that's an understatement for you, right?
Well, fair enough. You've done a fair bit yourself, so
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if you count all my NGS matches from all the seasons combined, and there's a raid from you, thank you. If you count all my casts from all the NGS seasons, I think I might barely match you from season 7.
Fair enough. Hey, so I do have some ban information here.
Okay, I was just about to ask them to share that if they had it, but go ahead.
I just got it. So it looks like Sky5 is going to ban out Dragonshire and Sky Temple. And then Topaz is banning out Braxis and Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Okay, Braxis. Alright, hold on. Beyonce's calling.
Beyonce?
Hello? Hey, I'm casting right now, so I probably can't chat. Well, it sounds like you're having fun. Okay. Alright, well, we'll see you. You're live on camera right now. Alright, love you too. Bye. Well, they're having fun.
Yeah? Is that like a bachelor party or something?
I don't know. They had a Christmas party today, and I think they're still all having a good time downtown or something.
Good deal. For those of you who aren't aware, Murda engaged.
Ooh.
Anytime. Do you have your like
The
when
date?
you're-
Yeah, it's November 14th. 14th. So it's a while away.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Or is it the 12th? Man, I'm already losing. Like, I don't even know yet. And it's not even, like, isn't it like a cliche? Like, the guy never remembers the anniversary, and, like, the wife's like, oh, you forgot the anniversary. That's gonna be me. Like, I am that cliche.
Nice. Nice. Well done. You know what? The good news, though, is that there's a lot of opportunity with your phone and various equipment that you can just
get
be
Alexa
like,
to
yo,
help me.
I was just going to say, tell Siri or Alexa to remind you that, hey, I'm getting married on November 12th.
Or 14th. We don't know yet.
Exactly. Whatever day it is.
Looks like we have some Phoenix Rising Topaz supporters showing up. Cool Spot 48 in the house. Thanks for showing up and supporting one of your favorite squads here, as though it appears. Pleasure to have you. If you don't already know me, I'm Murda. I have been with NGS since season number 2. Been casting for a long time. Aero, of course, you know him as the NGS headcaster here in season 8. And we got a lobby. Look at this.
We do. Got you in here.
Let's just make sure we request Sky5 on the left, and then I'm good.
It looks like they are. Goliath's over there. So,
Okay.
should be good.
I gotta mute you
Confident.
in game.
Oh.
There we go. I got
Yeah.
you.
Leave this.
Oh, Shui calling me a piece of doo-doo. It's okay. You know what? I'll do my best to remember that day. But I'm not even married yet. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Can't remember your anniversary and you're not even married. What's going on, Murda? Come on, man.
Well, we have now 9. Oh, you're actually playing, it looks like. We have 8
yeah.
players here. Waiting on just a couple more, and we should be good to go. Infernal Shrine's gonna be map number 1, and this was picked by no one knows.
We'll find out soon.
Well, I wrote it down in my book.
Nug says the chicken nug in chat.
I need to set draft pick. Okay. Well, you tell me if you figure out which team is gonna have first pick, because I still don't know.
Let's see. Well, I can't actually see the chat, so let's look at that.
I can't read the chat either.
Yeah, my guess is that it's probably going to be Sky5's map. Oh,
Okay.
oh, they're updating the details. Survey says it is Sky5's.
Okay, Sky5 picked it. So our first draft pick will belong to Phoenix Rising Topaz. And we're still waiting on one more, so we will continue to stall for as long as humanly possible.
So we do have a few names that we're familiar with here. At least I'm familiar with. Alan by default, Goliath, of course, the hype master of
Ooh, the biggest
NGS.
hype master.
Sky5 made a losing decision in the coin flip, I guess.
Well, maybe this is a
Vivinchay?
strong map for PRT then, according to chat.
So Vivinchay and Iprobio, I'm familiar with both of those names from both the NGS Discord and past seasons.
Which team do I know I probe you from?
You know what? Off the top of my head, I'm not sure, but if you give me the briefest of moments, I'll tell you.
And then the other funny thing I noticed here, is this the true captain for Phoenix Rising Topaz? Chicken Nug? Not playing
is.
for the heroic div team named Chicken Nuggets?
Very confusing, right?
I'm going to have to make sure I watch that matchup this season.
Right? It does look like the... okay, so Iprobio was part of BBW last season, which, if I remember correctly, BBW ended up having to withdraw, didn't they?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. Alright, so still missing this one for Sky5 here.
Oh, look, Chicken Nugs in chat right now. Welcome. Hey, how's it going?
see if we have a ETA on our number 5 here. So Phoenix Rising Topaz, part of the Phoenix Rising organization.
Yes.
I think the newest, or certainly the largest of the new organizations that are part of NGS, with their, I think, 6 different teams. Although Emerald,
I think it's 5. I did the math. It's 5.
Yes, now 5.
It's a healthy number. It's actually a very healthy number. We once had 5 teams, right?
We did.
Or was it
5
4?
teams is a lot to keep track of. No, we had 5.
Okay, yeah, it's a lot. It's moving parts. It's keeping people on track. Keeping rosters intact really is the difficult part.
How do you do it?
Well, I'll tell you what. You do it when you can win some matches. So Phoenix Rising Topaz showing up today. They want to bring home a win to their org. Did get to watch you cast a different Phoenix Rising team earlier this week with Rec. I think that was Amethyst, if I'm not mistaken, up against Nexus Cats, right?
That's correct.
And it was Nexus Cats, I believe, taking it 2-1 in that affair. So a win here for
for
PR would go a long way with boosting some spirits back at the home base.
Absolutely, and they've got some opportunities out there. With Ruby and Diamond. Let's see, Ruby, Diamond, Topaz, Amethyst. What am I missing?
Emerald?
Is there a Sapphire?
Sapphire?
Emerald's the one that had to drop.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's it then. I think they had
Onyx.
5. Onyx. Oh.
Onyx. Yeah, because Onyx and Emerald were both in B West, so there's still an Onyx in B West. So
I got you. Well,
Should
shout
we
out.
say,
I think it's
go ahead,
Covey that runs the org, right?
it is. Yep.
Oh, well, shout out to Covey. Has done a lot of work with NGS in the past, helped put together, most notably last season, the Patreon reward. If you got the mousepad / desktop background, I believe that was his design on there. Oh, we're getting educated in chat. Onyx Emerald listed out. Thank you, Vivanshi. Although I will credit Aero with getting it before the spoiler in chat. Oh yeah, look, there's the mousepad. This is Art of Covey. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's absolutely massive too. As you can see,
Yeah, it's pretty big.
pretty wide.
You can whip around on that ultra wide monitor you got.
Exactly. It actually, the funny thing is I have to.
Oh, we got a 10.
Oh, hot diggity!
Go ahead and finish what you're saying.
It's so large that it's under my keyboard.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it, of course.
So, not entirely under my keyboard, just a portion of it. So,
I'm gonna let them know we're ready, but
good deal.
I don't know if they're ready. We are officially 1 minute before 9:15, so we'll say they are in before any rules need to be considered. I'll go ahead and say we're good to go.
Deal.
Just gonna wait on these ready marks from our captains, and we'll be drafting on Infernal Shrines.
And you know what? I mean, it's been an Infernal Shrines kind of day. Seen it all kinds of matches so far with the Div S games earlier. In fact, back-to-back for Regen when they played.
Yeah, I mean, anecdotal for me, but I feel like I've cast them in almost every match. Actually, I'm looking through my notes. Only one match I've casted this season did not include Infernal Shrines, this being the 4th match. So, very popular in NGS, along with BOE. I'm seeing not getting banned out and picked rather often. Another one of those maps I've just seen every single cast I've done. So, these Diablo maps are really holding steady for popularity amongst NGS players.
Yeah, and it's pretty crazy the level of participation in those maps. Also, Tomb of the Spider Queen in general last season was really high participation. I don't think I've seen it as much so far this season. What do you think? Have you seen it much?
Which map? Sorry, I was reading
Tomb?
chat for a
Tomb of the
second.
Spider Queen?
Yeah, Tomb's not as popular. I think I casted one. No, I haven't. Yeah, no, I haven't done any Tomb of the Spider Queen yet. So, and that's usually one of the maps that you see so much of. Here we go. Our draft started. You usually see a lot of Tomb of the Spider Queen, but so far, not for me.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how quickly that fell out, and I wonder if part of that is because of the XP changes, with it being a very small rotation map, if the potential for ganks and things like that, with having to be a little bit farther forward to get the XP, if that has changed people's opinions on the map at all, or if it's just because they don't feel like it just yet.
Yeah, I'm looking back. I mean, it's banned here in this matchup, and the only other ban I saw was actually your team banning it out up against Indecisive Scrubs here in week 1. As our first ban is locked in, it'll be Sylvanas.
Sylvanas is huge, especially on this map. This one in Alterac, with that strong objective. Not a big surprise. And being able to put the Banshee's Curse onto the skeletal defenders and then spread it off onto all the heroes, gets a lot of value. So
routing hollow feed now.
Shout out for hanging out with us today. Selic Draco in chat, hitting the host button over on his channel, says go Phoenix go. Also want to say shout out Lupus Hots, member of Regen, just qualifying for Division S with the follow. Appreciate that, my man, and welcome to the RG family, and really looking forward to seeing some Div S this season.
And I'm gonna get confused every time we say Phoenix.
Aero, of course, being the captain of Regen Phoenix, not associated with Phoenix Rising, but share a name. So that's an interesting fact between the two orgs.
So we're going to see an Abathur ban, which is quite entertaining. Abathur taking a significant hit with these XP changes that I was just mentioning a moment ago. And a lot of people seem to think that he's gone down significantly. I had seen some people talking that they felt like, you know what, he's still viable, whatever.
New follower detected.
But it's definitely more difficult to soak on an Abathur, definitely more dangerous.
Shout out, a couple more follows coming through in chat. Cool Spot 48, Mr. Digital, thank you so much. We're getting so close to 1,000 followers here on the channel. I think we're at 935 now, so keep them coming in if you're not already following. Going to be bringing you some NGS action all season long, just as we've been doing since Season 2 here on twitch.tv/ProtoRG. First pick, not a big surprise when you're watching Heroic Division, it'll be Uther.
Uther probably main tank, I would assume. Otherwise, an Uther pick early as the support seems a little questionable. And that's been an interesting staple here in the last few months, with Uther rising as a significant frontline option.
Follower detected.
More follows, this one from Selic Draco, as we see Kael'thas and Stukov selected by Sky5. Infernal Shrines, we actually got to see the Kael'thas play earlier on your stream when we went to Infernal Shrines by Rewind, but here it's going to be Sky5 picking it up, pairing it with the Stukov, going to give them Grav Lapse and the Silence from Stukov combo, which can really shut down a lot of targets, so a lot of action should be taking place. Alan picking that up and Furl on the Kael'thas.
Coming in with the Ariel and Hanzo now, so Hanzo's going to have pretty good shrine clear with that explosive arrows, or even depending on what the enemy team goes into, we could see a scatter arrow build. Not as often, but the Oriole, an interesting pickup pairing with the Uther, giving him the AoE healing potential there. Some CC with that detain strike.
I'm going to say 100% scatter arrow build here, because it is Infernal Shrines. At 16 you can get the piercing arrows, which will help you tremendously in the wave clear, or the shrine clear rather. Of course it'll help wave clear as well, but usually you want that Hanzo, get those piercing scatter arrows, just throw them in, and it should be almost a free objective if played right. Of course, having the double support showing already means they got to start thinking about what kind of frontline, if any, are they going to pair along with this Uther. You'd imagine something's got to come in to help Uther up front. Final ban now, just 1 second left. It's going to be Rhaegar.
And we saw earlier on the BOE game that the heroic teams had switched it up, put a couple of ranged DPS in that off lane, and with the double support here, you know, Rhaegar is kind of shifted a little bit. He's a little bit, I think, better with these XP changes, being able to, you know, jump in, get some decent wave clear as we get Johanna and Sonya on the side here for Sky5.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. Sonya is S tier on this map with that Whirlwind build right now. If you're not playing her in your games, try her out. It's very buff right now. Just take all the whirlwind talents and have some fun. A hero we haven't seen picked yet or banned yet is the Junkrat, and there it is. I was like, this guy's floated all the way through this draft, and I gotta say that's a great selection for Steel Rain 99 there. Final slot for Phoenix Rising Topaz.
Yeah, and Junkrat gets a lot of value. He has the ability to poke from long range. He's got a huge rip tire potential. The trap build with the silence now, 2 seconds instead of the 2.5 that it was. Still a very difficult thing to deal with if you're the enemy team, having to stand there for 2 seconds, even for Johanna. And we got the cavalry coming in.
Ooh.
What do you think of that Tracer pick?
I mean, the Tracer pick without like a support that's necessarily fantastic with her kind of makes me scared. Like, you don't have the Ariel, you don't have the Tass, you don't even have the Malfurion. It's the Stukov, which can be effective, but if she wants to play around, run around deep, and she's got that healing toxin on her and she can't spread it, it's a lot of lost value from the Stukov. So maybe a bit of a risky pick for me, but in the right hands it could pay off.
Yep, we'll have to see how it goes here. They do have the wave clear between the Sonya and Kael'thas, so, you know, Tracer's gonna be a little bit more focused on those enemy heroes, and Hanzo's gonna have some difficulty getting away from her. Junkrat's gonna have difficulty a little bit, but gotta really be careful. A stun from Uther, and all of a sudden Tracer's heading back to the graveyard.
Well, tell us in chat right now, hashtag Sky5 or hashtag PRT in chat, who you here rooting for. I think I've seen more PRT fans here so far, but if it's Sky5 you're rooting for, let us know in chat right now. Love to hear from you guys when you're supporting your teams. I think we're almost loaded in here, just waiting on 1 or 2 more. Yep, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Infernal Shrines, and I'll introduce our team on the left-hand side. We got Alan by default in base on Stukov, along with Furl playing the Kael'thas. Over here by the wall, we see Goliath, the NGS hype man himself, on Johanna. Apple Mike going to be playing the Tracer, and Quan Finnegan going to play that solo lane Sonya. Ladies and gentlemen, they are Sky5.
All right, and over here for Phoenix Rising Topaz, we've got Chicken Nug on Ariel. Uther going to be played by I Probe You. Chen coming in from Matthew. Hanzo by Vince, and Junkrat going to be played by Steel Rain 99.
Well, let's hop on into this middle lane. I'll throw the talents up on the screen because you guys at home love to see that. Uther, of course, starting off with Hammer of the Lightbringer, and as I suspected, it will be simple geometry for a Hanzo player.
Makes sense. Not only that, but you also have Ariel which is high value here on this map, especially with the Shrine Defenders, getting that additional damage, but also feeding hope right back into Ariel.
Taking a quick peek at our top lane matchup, it is going to be Sonya versus Chen, two very dominant heroes in the solo lane right now. As we miss a kill in the bottom lane, it's going to be Junkrat falling at the 45-second mark. First blood belonging to Sky5.
Yeah, and that was just the Sky5 team rotating down, getting some living bomb value from the Kael'thas as Junkrat using that concussion mine to get over the wall, but living bomb follows you.
I don't think bomb will go a hell of a long way if you let it. Junkrat rejoining his team here at mid, as rotation so far a little bit more successful for Sky5. Kael'thas already leading the wave down here in the bottom along with Tracer. Maybe an opportunity here to get aggressive on the enemy side camp. Maybe they want to move to their own, but yeah, it will be an aggressive positioning here as Uther's up front. Gonna get stunned, gravity lapse, and the flame strike at his feet. Apple Mike gonna try to finish it off with one of those pulse grenades, but not gonna secure the kill as of yet.
That was quite close. Goliath even falling rather low here, getting some damage from Hanzo, but not able to secure that kill.
Big stun on Tracer there, and that's what she's got to be worried about, going deep up against this Uther tonight. I Probe You with a lot of weight on his shoulders to keep this Tracer in line.
And up in the top lane here, so both of them sitting about half. Quan Finnegan making use of that whirlwind to get healed back up here. But it's quite an even matchup with maybe a slight advantage, at least in the wave clear, going over to the Sonya.
And Sonya will be using her well tap here as the fight's breaking out down bottom. Concussion mine down, but not released. As you see, the Chattering Teeth have been picked up at level 4 for our Junkrat player, and that's a talent that a lot of people are most annoyed by because they just chase you all the way through. You'll see a lot of players try to lead them into their own minions as a way to disarm the trap, but not always easy to do, Aero.
Yeah, and you know, it's a fun talent because you get to listen to those teeth just rattle away as they're chasing after you. Even if you're just having a brief moment, a brief respite, pulling that trap around to get that moment of kind of joy. I don't know. I like it. It's fun.
In-game sound a little high. Let me try to lower it for you guys a bit. See if I can fix that issue for you. As we see this fight breaking out down bottom. Silence is pretty good. Junkrat going to use his own concussion mine to get away as Tracer tried to zip in and finish him off, but 71 health points will remain on Steel Ray 99, able to go back to the well tap and get back in this one.
That was a pretty fantastic concussion mine there. Just barely in time to keep Steel Ray alive. And Chen now coming down, so we've got a full rotation, but 15 defenders already picked up as Goliath right in the middle here. The Silence coming out, keeping Chen locked down. And the pulse bomb going out as well. Stagger pretty heavy here as Chen trying to get away. Looks like with I Probe You is going to be able to survive, but Uther's out of the fight. And Oriel's now down and could be another on to Junkrat.
Ooh. Yeah, Sonya didn't want to let that one go, but you saw how much power a double support can have in this meta right now. Oriel and Uther combining for a lot of heals in there, but the damage output of Sky5 just barely enough to pick up that double kill, and should be enough room here now on the map generated to secure this first Punisher of the game.
Yeah, and this is a frozen Punisher, so getting into that fort is gonna shut it down. They're gonna have the ability to really push into this bot lane. And Chen's up in the top trying to get that soak. Oh, never mind, he's actually hearthing back, so either he's heading back to his position to counter the Sonya, which is exactly what he's looking to do.
Those of you in chat, let me know if the sound is a little bit better now. If I gotta lower it even more, let me know. That'll be fine. Happy to assist there. Make sure you guys can hear everything going on, including us casters. Front wall about to be down, just one tower remaining as Sky5 trying to push in. It's a frozen Punisher, so it will shut down some of these towers, but it's got to put the little frozen circles underneath the fort.
Yeah, and it got really close there with the Hanzo having the pulse bomb. He did jump over the back end of the fort, so was able to survive the Tracer onslaught as now the Punisher goes down, still about half health and a full minion wave here. So this fort should go down, I think.
Flame Strike will seal the deal. Furl locking that one in as Tracer escaping right up next to Uther right now. Oh no, you're not escaping, because your fellow Overwatch member Hanzo has a scatter arrow in the face. That's untouchable stacks reset.
Feels bad losing those stacks. You feel really strong, and then you remember how weak you can get losing those stacks. But that's okay, because there's plenty of opportunity left in this game for the untouchable stacks, especially with level 10s coming up soon.
I think she had stacks at least. Didn't I guess they were level 7 when they got the kills around the shrine, right?
Yeah, they got at least 2, because those stacks come in at 4.
Yep. Oh yeah, level 4, sorry. I was thinking 7, my bad. Yeah, so she definitely had stacks.
Yeah. And here comes the silencing trap onto Tracer, but the stun just it is silencing trap. It is. But it's gonna be Chicken Nug that's actually caught and taken out there. Apple Mike eating another trap here, and keep in mind, again, with the silencing traps, Tracer can't just blink away or recall away for 2 seconds.
Little skirmish going on up top as a Bruiser Camp about to join Sonya. Quan Finnegan here trying to siege on to this red top lane fort wall. Now I Probe You showing up with the stun, and now Sonya might be in trouble. Chen's gonna leap right on top of this. Can she get out? Just enough speed to get out, and oh, the cavalry is here now. Kael'thas, grab laps. Stagger's played by Chen, but I think that's too much damage. He's gonna go down. Oh, Ariel saving it for now, but not long enough. But they do get their 1 kill in exchange, a 1-for-1, as both teams now at level 10. Might change the landscape of this a bit, Aero.
Yeah, it certainly changes the power level of these teams here. You know, you've got the ultimates like Storm Earth and Fire, which could have saved Chen there. The Dragon's Arrow and the Riptire, of course, you know, lock heroes down and put out a big burst. But I think the most valuable of these is going to be that Divine Storm for Topaz, helping to get those plays set up for those big Hanzo arrows.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you draft this Uther, you're ready to play frontline, you're ready to smash some faces, you get that Divine Storm, and it's time to go, Aero. There's no more waiting. The show has started.
So Sky5 coming down into the bot lane, they've already got occasional catapult pressure, and now while this, oh, never mind, Sonya getting caught up here, leaps away.
We barely caught that one on camera. Quan Finnegan using that leap as an escape does make it out. It was oh so close to peril there for Sonya, but she does survive and will be able to help her team collect level 13. They have a bit of a lead, about a full level right now. And if they use those 13 talents, if they can get them quick enough, they can move in here. But it looks like they're maybe willing to do that before even reaching the mark.
So they're 15 skeletal defenders behind, but popping that Phoenix out there. The Blessed Shield coming out as well as the Riptire here, and it's going to be Uther falling first, and pulling back is Phoenix Rising Topaz here. Although Ariel has that living bomb, they do somehow get that kill onto Sonya though, with all of that pressure to the back line.
I tell you what, if you're going to lose any hero first in the fight, Uther is the one you want to see go down. He gets those remaining heals during his trait. And it was enough to keep the rest of Phoenix Rising Topaz alive, and even pick up a kill there onto the Sonya, which has been playing very aggressive thus far in this matchup. Wow, that's a great combo.
Yeah, Chen getting caught into that silence meant that he couldn't use the Storm Earth and Fire. The Crystal Aegis almost saved him. But never mind, and here goes Junkrat too now with the living bomb.
Yeah, Johanna finding the double kill there herself. Chen and Junkrat both falling to Goliath's hands, and he's still looking for more as now Uther getting chased by Tracer. Leap's gonna miss from Quan Finnegan, but they might have the damage either way. Yeah, iProbu's gonna go down. Now Ariel surrounded, has some hope, gets that health back, and she will survive. But now it is gonna be Sky5 taking positioning over here in this top shrine.
Yeah, not only that, but in the bot lane that whole time, and this is what I was mentioning when Sonya just barely made it out. These catapults getting pressure along with this siege camp. The tower's already down, and the wall's going to go down here shortly. Chen did come down to clear this, but really didn't get that much of a clear. The catapults and the minions are still going.
Yeah, that's going to definitely get that tower down. Uther actually now looks like he's being sent to clear out that bottom lane as the Riptire is popped up top, but it's destroyed before exploding on Johanna. And Sky5 successfully able to turn that shrine around after being down by about 20 skeletal defenders.
Not too bad, and with this being a Mortar Punisher, a lot of potential burst damage coming out as we see the fort going at about 15-20% already just from those mortars coming out.
Junkrat really the only one able to defend from that sort of distance. Even the Hanzo's going to have trouble throwing out some of those scatter arrows from that far away. It is a 2-level lead right now for Sky5 as the Mortar Punisher leaping over and Sonya right behind. There's a silence from Stukov, but still no kills. It's Uther very low, Ariel as well. Jen pops the Panda Pals trying to hop into this fight and regain positioning for Phoenix Rising Topaz.
iProbu collecting that living bomb though was very close to being able to make it out, but just unfortunate positioning there as they do get the kill onto the Hanzo as well with that flame strike. So 2-0 so far here, and that's going to give Sky5 the opportunity to push in on this keep. They're out of minions though, so
you gotta give a lot of credit to Stukov. Another great silence there, making sure Chen can't push any further forward, but he helped secure both those kills in that fight with 2 separate silences that were right on the money. As Sky5 trying to desperately finish off this keep before heroes start respawning. They will get it down, but can they make this retreat?
Yeah, and they do have that, I don't even remember what they're called, the Q from Stukov to spread out that healing a little bit as they disengage. They're up level 16 to 13, Murdo. They've got a 3-level advantage, a full talent tier as well, and they're really looking strong in this match so far.
Looking very good. A few camps available on the map. We'll see how aggressive they want to be with this 3-level lead. Looks like first up will be the Phoenix Rising Topaz Siege Camp, as Goliath leading the way on Johanna, collecting the globe and securing that camp. Still the neutral camp available down bottom and the one on their own side, as well as a bruiser camp up top on the left.
So plenty of opportunity here. The top lane shaman camp with Uther trying to clear that out to delay the catapult pressure. Siege camp at the bottom, as you were talking about here. I mean, at this point, Sky5's looking for something that they can get in here with Uther in the top lane.
There's the leap onto 2. Junkrat and Ariel in trouble. Crystal Aegis popped on the support, but Chicken Nug's gonna go down either way. Also, Steel Rain on the Junkrat's gonna fall. It's a 2 for nothing now as Sky5 already having that top keep down. Is this enough space to go for core, or maybe they just want to get this second keep down right here?
Yeah, only about 20 seconds, and that's a long trip to make around, you know, the keep, so it'd be a little bit dangerous for them to get that to be safe. So I like this call. They've got the camp, they've got the wave, and they can set it up for whenever they get another kill, basically.
So a lot of pressure now.
Top lane.
Top lane's got this bruiser camp pushing in. Hasn't been responded to. Might actually be able to secure this fort. But once that's down and during this objective, there's going to be a lot of pressure pushing in for Phoenix Rising Topaz to deal with. Top lane's going to have a lot of catapults, bottom lane as well. They still don't have any catapults being spawned at all unless this bruiser camp can pick up this fort.
And Sonya's heading to pick up the Shaman camp. They just picked up the Siege camp as well, so Sky5 is going to have map pressure in literally every lane on this map. And Topaz is going to have to be aggressive. Ideally, they should wait until 16. Try to get that XP. Beyond even talent tiers. There's the Blessed Shield leap coming in onto the back. Hanzo falling low, but so is Uther. Hanzo's going to jump over the wall. Uther gets the Crystal Aegis, but immediately dies after. And Tracer going in deep. The Chicken Nug misses the Pulse Bomb, though. So just the 1 kill onto the Uther. 16s are available now.
Yeah, perfect timing on so many abilities there. I love this Blessed Shield leap. It's so free for Sonya to get damage off if Johanna can get that Blessed Shield follow-up. It's outstanding, and you'll see Sonya try to spear in once again, but that time getting booped away by Junkrat's concussion mine, but it still means a kill on Hanzo as Sky5 looking for even more. They lose her Tracer, but might be able to pick up this kill on Ariel bottom side with the Sonya. Oh, she misses the spear, though. Feel bad, Quan Finnegan.
Yeah, and Chen did use the Storm Earth and Fire there, so his ultimate's down for another 100 seconds. They have the 1 kill, so it's 1-1 at this point. They're even talent tiers. They're half a level away from level 20 on the side of Sky5. The only positive thing that I can say right now for Topaz that can really give them some support here is that at least the Punisher's coming in a lane that they have all of their structures in. So they have the potential to defend it. If it was in top or mid, I think they'd have a much harder time for this.
Kel'Thas calling his team over to pick up this siege camp before securing the objective, and they will be able to grab this away from Phoenix Rising. Still 4 more skeletal defenders. You see Sonya nearby, but still not going for it. They want to try to get this fort down while they have a bit of a lead here, but still no level 20, so in my eyes, I think maybe riskier than they need to worry about right now. Just go ahead and grab this. You'll get 20 by the time it gets there. And, you know, if Phoenix Rising is smart, they're not going to make much of a defense at this fort either way.
Yeah, that wall's already down. This fort only has about 2/3 of its health left. It's gone. Not really anything they can do about it. But you know what? Sky5 has been absolutely fantastic about tearing down these sidewalls and just walking right in. Right after the Punisher jumps in. So there's no safe zone really anywhere for Phoenix Rising Topaz here. And there's a leap
on Ariel. Good cleanse that time. Crystal Aegis as well. Ripfire is going to split up Sky5 as Sonya is the only one in deep right here. There's a big turnaround. Divine Storm going to hit onto 4 members, but still not enough follow-up available for anyone to fall on the side of Sky5.
Vivice really set that up with his Dragon Arrow, but unfortunately that 3-level lead, just such a huge difference. The extra health, lower damage output, just not enough to be able to take any heroes down on the side of Sky5.
So level 20s for Sky5 right now. We do see Ignore Pain from Sonya. We got Flamethrower, Controlled Chaos, Radiating Faith, and Total Recall for Tracer is definitely going to help Apple Mike a lot going in deep and getting back out with the health bar. There's been a few times in this one getting in deep, maybe stunned a bit, losing all that health, and then kind of out of the fight for the rest of it. I think having that Total Recall is going to help tremendously in making sure Tracer can have 2 attempts at finding a kill.
But you know what? I do want to point out, that was absolutely fantastic play on the side of Topaz to make sure that they not only survived in the game, but also kept their keep. Down level 20s, they were able to push back Sky5, and we've got a little bit of a bush party coming in here.
Yeah, if anyone walks near this, it's going to be a quick kill. Really nothing on the map available. The entire camp suite is painted blue. So Sky5 content with just playing patient hots right now and waiting for their mark. Ooh, Uther checks it before getting stunned. Great job by him. I probe you. Huge credit there.
Yeah, it's really important to check those bushes, preferably with not your faces. Sonya diving in. The cleanse going out, followed up here by the Divine Storm. And this is a pre-20 fight. It's going to be very challenging here as Matthew taking tons of damage, gets the Crystal Aegis, and is going to fall. Not able to get that Storm with the fire. It didn't matter, it wasn't up yet. Actually, it might have been interrupted.
Ooh, Tracer very low that time. Wanted to find the kill on Uther, but still not able to get it. And still playing patient, not willing to go for this core until the right moment. It's Sky5 looking for another kill. This time it might be Ariel. Pops her hope bar, but she's running low on health this time. Silence is at her feet. She gets off one more heal. And Chicken Nug gonna survive back behind the core. Turnaround happening now from Uther, but he can't get the D-Storm off in time and will fall. Without that level 20, he can't bring himself back to life with redemption this time, Aero.
And here goes the core. It's already got the shield down. And those heroes are not coming back anytime soon here. So this is just a Hanzo and Junkrat primarily. And it looks like this is going to be the game going over for Sky5.
Fantastic first map, but Infernal Shrines is going to end there after 19 minutes and 11 seconds in favor of Sky5.
You know, Murda, I'm not 100% positive, but I think that the team on the left side has won all 3 games of Infernal Shrines.
Left side, OP side, I guess?
Clearly an imbalanced map.
Well, if I'm ever playing Infernal Shrines in a competitive match, I'm going to demand left side from now on.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Let's take a look at
18
this.
kills to 4, though.
Yeah, let's take a look at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Hanzo playing well with that Scatter Arrow build, able to tally up the most hero damage in the game, but so much healing from Stukov. More heals than 2 healers, in fact. Great work by Alan by default.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I mean, watching those plays, you highlighted it in the middle of the game there with Sonya and Johanna. I mean, they were working together like a well-oiled machine, getting those stuns with the leap and then the Blessed Shield follow-up. And just about every time there was a Stukov silence to follow it, and that led to a death more often than not.
Easy combo for you guys at home. I mean, Sonya's leap, you target wherever you want, and then you get plenty of time for Johanna to finish walking the steps she needs to land that Blessed Shield for free. I mean, it's really easy to do, and I think a lot of players at home try it out and see if it works for your team. We used to run that back in like Season 3. I always played the Sonya, but good times.
So what do you think we'll see out of our next match? Map, rather.
Man, I'm going to guess we're going to BOE, just because that's what I've seen this season. A lot of teams wanting to go to BOE. And if we go there, I mean, let's just look to the team fights here on Infernal Shrines, because BOE is a team fight heavy map. I think you got to give it to Sky5. They look a lot stronger here so far.
Absolutely. So this is going to be Phoenix Rising's map pick or first pick. And I think I agree with you on the BOE side of things. And if I'm Phoenix Rising Topaz, if I want to go to a less team fight heavy map, where would we go then? I'm trying to think of the full map rotation here.
I mean, they could just go to something like Cursed Hollow is still available. We can go to Alterac Pass as well. Maybe just a little more team fighting on Alterac Pass than Cursed Hollow.
Could also potentially see something like, was Towers banned out? I can't remember.
No, not banned. So yeah, it's another one that we could see. I
Yeah,
haven't
I
seen
almost
any
feel like-
towers this season. I don't know why. I think like everyone used to say that's their favorite, like classic sort of competitive map. Has great balance, has a great comeback mechanic. But we haven't seen, at least I haven't seen it yet this season in NGS.
Yep. And we'll see if we can get any word here from the teams here. What's going on?
Maybe we'll go to a short break. You want to do that? We'll go to like a 2-minute
sure.
break as we're getting set up. Guys, don't go anywhere. I'm going to play a quick advertisement for you at home, and then we'll be back with some more Heroes of the Storm. It's the Heroic Division today, Sky5 versus Phoenix Rising Topaz. And welcome back to twitch.tv/MurdaRG. I'm your host today, Murda. Welcome to the stream if you're just joining us for game number 2. Over game number 1, we had Sky5 taking it on Infernal Shrines. And they lead the series now 1-0 heading into this Cursed Hollow. I believe this was selected by Phoenix Rising?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, so first pick will be Sky5, and I'm excited to see if they want to go back to that stew cob again. Pretty exciting in game 1.
Yeah, you know, they had such a good combination, a lot of CC value between the Johanna, the Sonya, the Kael'thas. I mean, they had so many different ways to just blow up a hero and leave him a little bit of a parting gift, whether that was with Tracer's Pulse Bomb or the Living Bomb coming from Kael'thas. And they got more than 1 kills out of that, too.
We're missing a player. I think they think I'm playing. Here we go. Yeah, just waiting on 1. We got 9 of 10 here in our lobby right now, so just a few more moments. People at home that are patiently waiting, appreciate your patience as always. There we go. 10 are here.
All right, they're on the wrong side. Get them to fix that here.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Hopefully they'll do that for us, or else I'll probably break something on stream.
Yeah, they're working on it now here.
Okay, beautiful.
So you know what? You called it on the Cursed Hollow on the available maps here.
Mm-hmm.
That hopefully, you know, a little bit more jungling on this one, getting some camps away from the enemy teams, and can be interesting to see what they come up with these XP changes. This is one of the maps that I thought was more heavily affected by the XP changes. So I'm going to be interested to see what they select as their offlaners. Like, do they do a 1-3-1 or a 1-1-1 and have a 2-person like gank squad or something like that?
Dare I say we have a chance at seeing some sort of global show up here. Falstead, Dahaka. We haven't seen these players in a long time, it feels. 2 of my favorite heroes to play personally. Would love to see some global show up here as our draft is showing up here. Cursed Hollow. But what are your thoughts? Maybe some global here, Aero, or is it just out of the meta that far that no one's willing to do it?
I think that it's very possible that we see Dahaka here, because Dahaka is already a hero that was going to be in those lanes, and right up in the front with those minions. So I don't think that changes. In fact, it probably makes it a little more likely that we see him. Some of those other globals, though, whether it's like your Abathur or your Falstad, have a little bit different of a position now. I mean, Falstad, you know, for him to be up in front in that minion wave is going to be very dangerous. So he's either going to have to play it back by the walls or be in the group for the rotation. So certainly still possible to have that global, but I think it's a little bit riskier.
Well, we're about to find out our first ban. This one belonging to Sky5, and once again, they're going to take away a Zarya, which we saw in Game 1 on Infernal Shrines.
The ban specifically.
The ban,
that we saw.
yes.
Yeah. And this was, so last time they banned out Zeratul first. So do you think that's a change? Are they maybe leaving the Zeratul up since they've got first pick? Or do you think that we're likely to just see a flip here and they're going to toss Zeratul out now?
That's a great question. I think Zeratul can be pretty strong here as you see that Stukov taken away, arguably our MVP from game number 1. But yeah, I think you make a good point about this Zeratul. Do we end up seeing it? The Void Prison can do a lot, especially when you're talking about controlling those bosses if they get started up. And the ban is going to be the Zeratul.
All right. You know, it's kind of funny. The oftentimes the bans that I see, and I don't know if it's just because, you know, I'm Aero, but I often see bans on heroes that begin with A. Your Ana, your Anduin.
They're easier to find.
Maybe. And but we're sticking with Stukov and Sonya, so we got the S's over here on the Topaz side and the Z's on the side of Sky5. So
I mean, these were the two MVPs from game 1. Stukov and Sonya really led the way on a lot of stuff. The leap was outstanding, and the silence underneath it was there almost every single time. So taking away that combo, Phoenix Rising trying to find a win without having to deal with a comp that they're not quite ready to play against. But now they got to worry about Sylvanas here on Cursed Hollow. And, you know, we're talking about 2 bosses here. If Sylv can push with either of them, it's going to be a lot of value.
Interestingly enough, again, just from what I've seen so far, Johanna hasn't been picked. She hasn't been banned. And I believe in almost every single game, not just like once in a match, but almost every single game that I've cast so far this week, she was either picked or banned in that first round. So this is a little bit surprising to see this.
Same back to Season 7. I mean, she was the most popular hero for all of NGS Season 7, and her impact rating was so high. If you watch the NGS Point Draft Tournament, she was the highest ranked hero in that event. It was all based off the Season 7 stats, and just as you're saying, yeah, it's continuing here in Season 8. Every game, ban or pick on Johanna, so if it's not a ban here, I think we can expect Phoenix Rising Topaz to maybe select it with their 3-4.
And we're going to see the ban onto a Nubarak, and a Nubarak is not... If Johanna's picked almost all of the time at this point, a Nubarak has kind of fallen into a niche pick with that Cocoon nerf and his spell armor being nerfed slightly, if I remember correctly. I think it was added an additional second, or his level 7 was adjusted a bit. It's going to be Garrosh as the ban, so more concerned about the Garrosh flips than they are just the staying power of a Johanna.
It's going to leave open a Diablo here. I think can be pretty strong on Cursed Hollow. Other tanks available include Muradin, Johanna, but there is the Johanna. We figured she'd be drafted here. So what is Sky5 like? Mal'Ganis is still out there, has been pretty popular recently. Maybe even a main tank Blaze could work here. Any thoughts?
Could also see an ETC.
Oh, that's right. The Cow's still available as well.
Yeah, and ETC sees a lot of value here, and he would be a fantastic global option as well. With the
okay, Varian.
Some Goliath on the Varian, or Varian on the Goliath. Yeah, Goliath on the Varian.
Is this a taunt Varian, or is this just twin blades for those bosses?
I assume it's taunt to go with the Li Ming, and it looks like it is.
Double
Yeah.
support. Okay. Yeah, so it's just going to be the taunt and the burst from Li Ming. Usually you see the Greymane paired in for the Cursed Bullet, but it's not going to be an option here for them. They go with the double support. One pick left. It belongs to PRT. They have a solo laner. They have a healer and a tank. Really, this is just a fill. It's a flex. Maybe if we were to see a Falstead, it would be this pick. But it's going to be the Greymane. It's going to be
Really
the Greymane.
strong. Yeah, that's a really strong comp from Topaz. They're going to have some pretty solid boss race, so they can burn down a boss very quickly with that Hanzo and Greymane.
And Malthael.
They've got the Malthael, sure. They've got the Anduin with Leap of Faith, so if Johanna or Greymane gets a little bit too far, or even Malthael, he can pull back somebody in a bit of danger there, somebody that maybe gets taunted by the Varian.
Well, I gotta say, I'm not too confident in the Sky5 draft. I thought they were gonna have the edge moving into this map, but I think I like the team better for Phoenix Rising Topaz just for that boss control. Having the Hanzo, the Malthael, and the Greymane, I think could be more than plenty for them to take as many of these bosses as they want. Of course, they're gonna have to deal with this single target burst comp that's coming out from Sky5. If Varian can get a hold of anyone, it could be instant destruction with Li Ming orbs following behind.
Yeah, and that's going to be real easy, especially with a nano boost coming in as well. And Sylvanas, she gets 3 stacks of that Banshee's Curse, and she's getting additional damage on top of the taunt target. That person's going to go away pretty quickly.
Well, here we are, game number 2. It's going to be Cursed Hollow here with Furl up front playing the Li Ming. Alan by default, one of our MVPs from game 1, now switching over to Ana. Quan Finnegan on the Sylvanas. Apple Mike playing that Mech God Rhaegar. And Goliath on the Varian. Ladies and gentlemen, they are Sky5.
All right, and for Phoenix Rising Topaz, Anduin going to be played by Chicken Nug. Vivinche on the Hanzo. Steel Rain 99 on Greymane. Malthael going to be played by Matthew. I like that, that's nice and easy. And Johanna going to be played by I Probe You.
I Probe You.
Herder showing up in chat saying, did you say Edge?
Oh, wow. If you want to take your hots to the edge, make sure you are following twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series. Nexus Edge is the NGS show that takes place every week, hosted by Turd Herder himself, one of our newest board members in NGS. Glad to see you here, bud.
Yeah, and with that Sylvanas, we've got Sky5 coming up, grabbing a quick tower up in the top here. And you know what? Ektar would be happy as Chicken Nug is running around with his sword out on the Anduin. So there you go. Shout out to Ektar.
So interesting showing this top lane as the 3-man spot for both these sides. This is where the boss lane is for Phoenix Rising Topaz. So maybe signaling that Sky5 wants to get through this fort as quickly as possible to take away any sort of safety around that boss for Phoenix Rising.
Very likely, and we've got Li Ming heading over to the siege camp here for Sky5, doing it outside of the vision, not taking that watchtower. So Phoenix Rising Topaz doesn't necessarily know that she's over here, and that's pretty important because with the oh, never mind. Down in bot lane here, Malthael doing some jukes as Apple Mike and Quan Finnegan trying to send this Malthael back, and it's looking pretty good that they will.
Yeah, they get it. Enough chase from Rhaegar with those puppy bites. Shout out to August in chat. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you back around NGS, my friend. Siege camp just grabbed by Sky5. That'll be heading in that top lane. Still haven't heard our announcement for the first tribute of the game, which will be spawning down bottom. But you see Sky5 grabbing that camp maybe a bit early for a bottom tribute.
Yeah, and that's where I was going with that. With that vision, it meant that the team for Phoenix Rising didn't actually know that they were there, because it might not always be the first place that you go. So it'll be interesting to see if Sky5 heads over to get their bruiser camp, as they do have level 4s now, and Varian does have the top.
Ooh, Hanzo's so low, taking some of those cues from Varian. One more could almost kill him. So Vivanshi going to go all the way back to base now, sending Johanna to the top to worry about this siege camp. As we have a bruiser camp heading in from Phoenix Rising here in the mid lane.
All right. Siege camp here. Johanna's clearing that up. Hanzo heading back down. Looks like they're going to grab this watchtower on the way. Well, so siege camp is still available on the side of Phoenix Rising Topaz, so they'll probably look to get that after this tribute here. Johanna's going to be a little bit late, but not that late because there are still 3 people from Sky5 in the mid lane.
Oh, it's a different August. I just got totally jebaited. But hey, welcome either way.
It's not the real August. It is the real August.
It's the real August, but not the real August.
Right. So Taunt going out onto the Anduin here, and Scatterer is getting shot all over the place here from Hanzo, so that's going to push back a little bit for Sky5. Ling Ming popping those orbs, about Apple Mike getting dove on here by the Greymane.
Yeah, good job by Goliath there, just pressuring the Greymane just a little bit to help not finish off that kill onto his own Rexar, or excuse me, Rhaegar. As the taunt's coming out up top onto the Greymane, in a lot of trouble, Steel Rain, and there it goes, Halting Wave in from Sylvanas, going to secure the second kill of the game for Sky5. Now it's iProBu very low, getting a heal from Anduin, but both of them going to fall, Johanna and Anduin both down, as that's going to be the first tribute of the game going over to Sky5.
First tribute, 4 kills, and now level 7 here, and Rhaegar going into that, I don't even know what you call it, Ghost Bite? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Woofy form.
So
Feral
yeah,
Lunge, technically.
There you go, Feral Lunge, yeah. I play Rhaegar like once ever.
Well, we're not supposed to talk about Rhaegar, right?
No, we're not. Rhaegar's a terrible hero, and you should never ban or pick him.
Bruiser camp grabbed by Sky5. That'll be heading down mid lane. We do see our next tribute will also be down bottom with a siege camp available right now for Sky5 in that top lane. I think they're going to try to grab it now, and it looks like that's exactly what Furl is up to right now. Going to send this out before this tribute starts, as the rest of the team, both sides actually worried about this middle lane, but not going to be much of a defense available for Sky5. Easily cleared there by PRT.
Yeah, and they've got Rhaegar in the top lane gathering that XP, you know, somewhat expected with them taking the double support with the Rhaegar there. But we're seeing Sky5, instead of rotating down to the bot where the tribute is, Von Finnegan's coming up here, making use of that Black Arrows to shut down this tower and getting just a truckload of damage onto the Malthael. And with the siege camp up here, it looks like they may just look to push this fort down.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They have Sylvanas. She already used her Black Arrows, though, so they'll have to get through the rest of this without it. Here comes Anduin. You never expect to say, here comes Anduin, but it'll be a quick turnaround from Sky5. They sniff him coming, and they get the kill. Now Andy's the one in trouble, and in chase is Rhaegar trying to lunge forward. It'll be the kill here, I assume. Finally, it's Sylvanas picking it up. Maybe more on Hanzo, but he's got to leap away. Vivanshi going to survive.
Yeah, and Goliath down here in the bot lane has done a pretty significant job of keeping both Johanna and Malthael off of that control point. Tribute, rather, as level 10's available here for Sky5.
Boss still trying to be picked up here, 50% through that health bar, but you got heroes in the vicinity now. Greymane walking into the pit, going to take an orb to the face from Furl. As Rhaegar trying to finish this off, Apple Mike's, he's the only one on the point right now. They don't have their tank. Varian's still bottom lane, so 5v4 opportunity here for PRT, but they end up losing a hero. There's a silence from Sylvanas, could be 2. Yes, it will be. Leeming with those big resets, looking to get 3 now on iProBu, and they will get it with the boss take. This could be top keep right here, Aero.
Murda, I don't understand what's happening. That was a 5v4 that had absolutely no tank, and they were tanking the boss. What's going on here?
I guess the heroics being good enough in that instance. They're going to actually forego pushing with the boss, instead grabbing this bruiser camp. Maybe would have liked to see them push there. They still had heroes alive. Looks like Rhaegar had to go back to base, but you got Sylvanas in the tank, baby. You got to let her rip.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think, did she use... let's see. Did she she use the black arrows earlier?
She must have.
Not sure. Yeah, so, I mean, I agree. I think that they could have gotten value in the push, but they're pulling back. And level 10, so interestingly enough, we don't see a whole lot of salvation, but Anduin bringing that to the table here. So only a couple of ways to interrupt it. The Sylvanas, as the teams are rotating down here, Sky5's already down near the boss, and Phoenix Rising coming in. They don't have Malthael though, so this is a 5v4 in the other direction. Greymane getting brought down to half already.
Yeah, Goliath tried walking at Hanzo there, not quite in range for the taunt, so not able to secure a kill in that fight for Sky5. But looks like they're willing to continue to play around this boss area, maybe trying to bait it this time.
Yeah, and it looks like, not entirely sure what the arcane missiles was for, but just to pull it a little bit here, as iProbeU is paying attention, trying to keep an eye out here as to what's going on, is Malthael in the top lane, and it looks like they're looking for this Anduin. They get the taunt, the orb went after the wall. I'm not sure it did the damage, but ultimately they get the kill onto that Anduin. Now they're going to push in the bot, and they've already got 2 tributes. This is a safe tribute for them, so they can do whatever they want. If they want to go get the boss, go into the mid lane, they can push. It looks like Malthael might get interrupted by Ana.
Yeah, Ana's got that. Anduin back on the map now. We're full strength, but level 13 is here for Sky5. They have an advantage around this tribute. Already have collected 2 of them. And this will make number 3 as Quan Finnegan grabs a tribute for Sky5. Red side going to be cursed for the next minute. See if they want to finish off this top keep. Looks like that's where they're headed. Pharaoh lunge in on the steel rain, but Johanna here in response with a condemn. As now Sky5 willing to just finish off this keep and get out of here. Blessed Shield though going to say no, no, honey.
Yeah, and they're coming back in. The silence going out onto 2. Hanzo throwing in that Dragon's Arrow as iProbeU having to pull back. There's going to be Greymane falling and losing those stacks of Wizard Duelist. And this is pretty much guarantees a keep at this point. With 20 seconds of Greymane off the map, are they going to look for core now?
I think so. 11-0 in this one. They haven't had anyone die as of yet. They're turning their sights to the core with still a fort available in mid and bottom lane. They've only worked on this top so far. And it looks like they might not be able to do it. Still the shields just now getting offline. 94% on the core. As it's Sylvanas, the one deep. They're going to lose their first hero of the game. It's Rhaegar going down. Now Goliath in trouble, being chased. But he'll make his way out. As Sylvanas also escaping with a pretty thin health bar.
Well, they did get 10% off the core, and you know what? I mean, there's no way for that to regenerate at this point. There's no Abathur. So, if you sacrifice a hero, that 10% can make the difference on the game.
Johanna nearly dying there to that orb. 200 plus health. Still a few camps available. Siege Camp, Bruiser Camp, and Boss all on the side of Sky5. Looks like they want that Siege Camp first, as Sylvanas is going to try to get a little more XP for them here in the bottom lane.
Well, and the really super important thing that she did was clear out that Siege Camp down here, because as you can see, that Siege Camp did some work. Not nearly as much as Sky5 had gotten, but it is going to give PRT the opportunity to take down a bottom fort.
Johanna playing babysitter around this bottom boss, but it should be pretty soon. Yeah, only 10 seconds left on that top boss. And that's the one, if you're PRT, you really got to worry about, because the focus has been in this top lane from the start of the match. Already one of these bosses went over to Sky5, and one more could be the end of the game because that keeps down. Really no defense available for PRT going forward here in the top lane. So I'd love to see them put more of a focus up here right now, especially before Sky5 reaches level 16. But it might be too late, because look how fast this burn is.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy how quickly this is going down. And they're coming in now. The boss is already dead, so unless they can get Johanna on the point, which they don't, she kind of danced around there, is now Malthael and Greymane falling, and Anduin as well. Murder with the boss now in 30 seconds on these heroes. I think that's it.
I think that's it. 15-1 the kill count A 2-level lead right now and a talent tier advantage for Sky5 as 4 heroes are dead. 10% already taken off this core. Aero, I'm doing the math in my head as quickly as I can, but I think it will be, yes it will be, game number 2 can be handed over to Sky5.
GG's going out to them. 2-0 victory here. Sky5 getting a nice domination to start off their season.
Yeah, this is their first match, so 3 points in the standings. What a way to start it off, as we're going to take a look at our match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. 15-1. You'll love to see that.
Yeah, and you know what? And that one death was just on that core call, and really helped to set up the play anyways for that next round. So you don't mind throwing out one death for that.
Yeah, one death, 10%. They'll take it. Let's take a look at our talents before we move on. Aero, do you mind reaching out and seeing if you can find an interview for us?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Only made it to level 16. Didn't need much more. 14 on the other side for Phoenix Rising Topaz, who are going to work on some comps. See what they had to face tonight. A few burst comps, really. Game 1 with that Sonya Johanna Leap Bless Shield combo. And then game 2 with that simple taunt coming out from Varian throughout the game. Maybe a little bit too much to handle for here in week 1, but looking forward to see what sort of progress they can make throughout Season 8 here in the NGS Road Division.
You know, and partway through Season 7 of NGS, I recall in one of the mini-casts that I did, making a comment that I felt like Varian was an underutilized hero. And I've seen a lot more Varian, not a lot of Varian, but a lot more Varian in Season 8 so far, going for those quick blow-up comps. And there's only so much you can do about it.
Yeah. Well, hey, Aero, question. I know there's a cast at 10:30. Do you want to head out now to start setting up, or do you want to join for this interview? And you're muted.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and go set up. Goliath is waiting for you in Lobby 1 if you want to go ahead and do the interview.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for joining here. It was a lot of fun getting to Cassidy finally.
Absolutely. Are you going to join me for the next one?
I think I will. It sounds like fun. I'm having a good time.
All right, I'll get it set up.
Yeah, and I'll send these viewers over, and we'll just keep the stream going.
Cool. Right on.
All right. I'll see you in a minute.
See ya.
All right. Let's see if we can find Goliath over here. Hey, Goliath. What's going on, man?
Not a lot. Yourself?
I'm doing well. Congrats tonight. The 2-0 victory over Phoenix Rising Topaz and 3 points in the standing. It's exactly what Sky5 wanted to do to start off this season. Overall, how does that feel to get off with that domination in week 1?
Well, I mean, a domination always feels good. It's never bad. You can't ask for any more. And, I hope we can do it again. I was a little nervous. Our practice schedule with the Thanksgiving holiday and stuff had been a little mixed up here and there, but our team really pulled together when it counted, and I think we had a great showing tonight, regardless of what the enemy team was doing. I think they played well too, and I think we just had our stuff together tonight.
Yeah, it definitely was together. Game 1, you guys pull out the Johanna and Sonya combo, which I was mentioning on stream was a combo we used to run back in the old regen days of Season 3. But it's so easy to do. You just leap in, get that Bless Shield follow-up, and Sonya's getting the full damage the whole time, and you guys used it to full effect. Talk me through that draft a bit and how you felt with that comp.
So our comp was... Our comp, we usually have some standards, like some staples that we go through all the time, and I'm sure anybody who scouts us will know that we play Sonya a good amount, but we run that stuff a lot, and it was very normal, very vanilla for us, and it wasn't anything too crazy, so we felt comfortable, and we knew we had a solid comp no matter what they could throw at us.
Yeah, tonight, focusing a bit on the bans, we saw the Zeratul Zarya twice taken away by Sky5. It seems as though you guys are scouting, you're doing your homework, and you had a game plan coming into tonight. You want to shout out whoever's doing your homework behind the scenes?
Yeah, Furl is the man when it comes to scouting. Every time we walk in, there is only one match I've ever seen where we are completely baffled by the enemy team's draft. Every other time though, Furl's got it on point. He knows exactly their strongest characters, it seems. So, yeah, shout out to Furl on that stuff. He does an amazing job.
So I've seen a ton of Infernal Shrines this season, but have yet to cast a Cursed Hollow match, which we ended up seeing in game number 2, where you guys threw a bit of a curveball. You didn't take a tank for a while. A few were banned out, including the Garrosh and the Anubarak. Then you go with the Varian. And, talk me through. You played the Varian. How do you guys like this? Is this just you love the burst style? Let's find a target and kill him and just take it 5v4 from there?
Yeah, burst seems to work fairly well for us in most situations. So we do like the Varian for that kind of situation. Cursed Hollow is a map that I think we only played once last NGS season, actually, maybe twice. So we were a little uneasy about it, but yeah, everybody was super vocal on comms. We were aware of the enemy's rotations a lot, and I think we did a great job on camps. And yeah, everything panned out for us, even if we didn't have the meta tank pick, I guess.
Well, camp specifically, that top boss, which you guys were able to steal away twice on Cursed Hollow. Just really outstanding job done tonight. The double support ended up working. I was kind of worried that the double support wasn't the play here. But when it works, it works. So I got to give you guys credit on getting that 2-0 tonight.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, double supports is a lot of us have some background playing some supports, especially Mike and Alan specifically. Mike famously gets banned out of Rhaegar all the time, so it was nice to let him play that. And yeah, Alan's our full-time support, so it's great when we can have those two supports specifically because Rhaegar does so well in lane, and well, Alan's just a great support player no matter what sport he plays, it seems.
Well, definitely shout out to those two on a job well done tonight. Goliath, appreciate you joining me here on this interview, but before I let you go, I got to give you some time for some shout outs, so the floor is yours.
Well, shout out to Sky5, obviously. I mean, like I said, we all did a great job. Even Quan, who we ribbed quite a bit for being a little out there and not paying attention. He did quite well tonight. He didn't feed at all, so good improvement, Quan. But yeah, everybody did super solid, and shout out to Aero. And was Aero casting tonight? Or
he was, yeah. It was technically supposed to be his cast, but he had just done all the DivS stuff. He's like, "You want to host it?" So we're actually doing a split doubleheader right now. We're going over to his channel next. Nice.
Well, yeah, shout out to you guys. You guys always do a very good job casting, and
appreciate that.
Shout out to Phoenix Rising Topaz. They had a good showing. They're a new team, and I am excited. They had some really good ideas tonight, and I think when they put some practice down and really invest some time, I think they can be a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Well, once again, congrats on the 2-0 victory tonight. Looking forward to seeing more Sky5 throughout Season 8.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
All right, Twitch chat. End of the road. At least here. We're going to be heading on over to twitch.tv/Aero of the Storm. If you want to be lazy, just hang tight. I'll do all the moving for you. I'm going to go ahead and raid on over to Aero stream the moment he goes live. I'm sure he's just waiting for my interview to end. So Aero, if you're there listening to me right now, which is technically 30 seconds from now, go ahead and start your stream, and then I'll send all these viewers over. But before I go, I have to leave all of you with a positive message, some words of encouragement for you. Remember, you are a beautiful individual. I care about you. I'm sure plenty of people in your life also care about you. Thanks for being amazing. Continue to be amazing. And until next time, when I see you back here on twitch.tv/MurdaRG, you have yourself an amazing time. Love you all, and I'll see you guys in the Nexus.